Welcome and thank you guys so much for stopping by Galadon Gaming for some Clash Royale Quattro Legendario. I don't know, it's 4 legendary cards. So we're looking at the sudden love affair with legendary cards as we went from 2 to 5 in the game. And right after the update, we had a lot of people just loading up their decks with legendary cards and going out to battle. So first we've got Arc the Great from FA Diamond. That is a full attack sister clan, and he is facing, it looks like, 3 legendaries in this battle. And quickly, players may be learning that the legendary cards are not insta-win, and that is a good thing for the people that are having difficulty or can't afford to get the legendary cards. The free-to-play players who have to wait a longer time before they can unlock these cards. My free-to-play account has personally not unlocked a single legendary card yet. I'm still waiting for it. I think Galamom and Galawife are both the same way on their free-to-play accounts as well. Now, the next couple of replays will have 4 legendaries. This one, the player only used 3, but check out the card combination. One of the most unusual and unique things I've ever seen. So you've got the Furnace, you've got the Fire Spirits, and that is a Royal Giant, and yes, that is an Expo. I don't know what this player was thinking. I just know that Arc the Great, when he posted it, did say something, had the letters WTF. I'm not sure. I think that means what's that for? But anyway, so Expo and 3 legendary cards, the Guards. So just loaded up with all of these new cards, and I don't know, maybe they're shooting for TV Royale with this deck. It didn't work out that way. It didn't work out real well either way, but suddenly, again, these players thinking that maybe the legendary cards are super powerful, and I know I've talked about this in prior episodes. Just the fact that the card is legendary or even epic doesn't make it that much better than any other card in the deck. There's plenty of games I've won using all rares, all commons, super cheap cards as well, and those are definitely videos that you can expect to see in the near future, because even at the very end game, at level 12, level 13, you can win all sorts of battles just bringing the most common cards. Now, Arc the Great's deck isn't anything that unusual, pretty standard Hog Cycle deck. He's thrown in the Inferno Tower, which is likely there to combat a lot of people using the Royal Giant, but the laughter ensues as he sees the player drop down a Furnace to try to protect an Expo, and multiple thanks from Arc the Great for that easy takedown of the Expo, and he takes down the first tower. The opponent trying to counter those units with the Miner. I don't know, the Miner is a great card. I mean, don't get me wrong. He is very different than the Goblin Barrel and obviously can't be countered easily with a zap or arrows. But right here, Arc the Great throwing off the Troll Inferno Tower on the wrong side of the river, and the battle wraps up with a win for Arc the Great. Now, I definitely plan on showing some, say, Goblin Barrel and Miner combination attacks in the future. But for today's video, we are talking about legendaries, multiple legendaries, and this player that B-Rabbit is facing has brought 4 legendary cards and the 3 Musketeers to this battle. And again, legendary cards don't mean that they're that amazing. Each of these cards can be easily countered if you know how to deal with it. Here comes the big giant Tesla on a train. Yes, it is Sparky, and you've got a Valkyrie trying to lead the way for the Sparky. The Sparky is fully charged, but frozen, and is going to be countered there. The freeze will reset the charge, and that gives units to get in there. The Barbarians easily wiping out Sparky and moving forward. The Miner has gotten through, but you'll notice the Miner doesn't do major damage. No, the Miner does minor damage. He's a little tankier, but he just doesn't have the crushing power of a higher DPS unit. Now, B-Rabbit gets through with his own Royal Giant, and you've quickly got a tower down. So that really right now has been the most overpowered card, the Royal Giant, just having that focus right on the tower. It definitely, in my opinion at least, has been overbuffed, and I would expect balancing coming very soon to tame down the Royal Giant just a bit. Maybe his range a little too far, maybe he just does a little bit too much in damage. But in any case, you've got the opponent dropping down another Sparky, this one right on the river, but again, B-Rabbit with the freeze spell gives him plenty of time to figure out how to counteract the Sparky because of the fact that the Sparky resets, so that freeze is doubly effective on a Sparky, and obviously it can't do anything until it's had a chance to charge those coils. So again, at this point, B-Rabbit looking pretty solid. He's got a lot of hit points left on that right tower, and it looks like he's focused more so on protecting that right tower rather than pushing for grabbing the left tower in case there's a 2-to-1. He's been dropping some cards down the right lane, and that is usually the good idea, the better idea anyway, in my opinion, just to try to hold off your opponent and just grind out that last 60 seconds and make sure you don't lose that right tower. Now here come the 3 Musketeers, and B-Rabbit once again uses the free spell to stop them, but he does not have the elixir to drop the cards necessary to clear them out completely. The princess in behind, and that is going to allow 2 of the 3 Musketeers to get to the tower, and that is going to be big trouble. Even just 2 of them are going to wipe that tower out. B-Rabbit chooses to drop a 3rd elixir collector and hoping to build that advantage in maybe overtime, it looks like, and try to grab the 2-1 or 3-1 win. Now again, with 2 elixir collectors pumping, that does give B-Rabbit a big advantage going into the next 30 seconds or so, but he's going to need it as he's facing a fully charged Sparky and another set of 3 Musketeers dropped in the middle. Here comes a miner as well. You've got cards all over the place. The miner's in. It looks like the Sparky is going to get to the tower, and right as he fires on the Valkyrie and then is frozen, so the freeze is a little bit late, but B-Rabbit does manage to stop the Sparky from a second charge that certainly would have taken down that tower, but it doesn't look good. We are in overtime. The first tower to go down is the end of this battle, and B-Rabbit is so close to losing this one, but pushing forward with the Royal Giant. He's got the Ice Wizard in behind, but it looks like the miner could put an end to this battle right here, and somehow the miner is stopped with just double-digit hit points left on that tower. We're down to about 20 seconds in overtime, and the freeze spell, the clutch freeze from B-Rabbit, keeps the Royal Giant up, and he manages to pull out the clutch win 2-1. So once again, it's not the number of legendaries you have, but how you use them. And here, B-Rabbit, proving to be one of our most prolific attackers, is battling another player who has again brought 4 legendaries, but this time we're going to see the Lava Hound in action. And I do think that each of the legendary cards has its place. I still like the first 2 the best, the Ice Wizard and the Princess, and I really think that the decks should be built around the legendary cards, not the legendary cards dominating the deck like you see here. You've really got to have other cards in support, specifically say with the Lava Hound, obviously minions, a balloon, freeze spell, maybe a little lava loon action is going to be effective, but that's a card I haven't seen used a great deal yet. The Lava Hound, it's just so extremely slow, and it can be effective, but it has to be effectively coupled with other cards, and I'm not really seeing those cards in this deck. You've got the Miner, the Guards, you've got the Ice Wizard, and the Princess, so a lot of new cards, a lot of legendary cards again, but it's just not necessarily going to make for a win. The Lava Hound goes down, and the pups are going to be quickly dealt with. There's a little hiccup in the recording, but you can see the pups go down, and again, the Lava Hound, a great card when used correctly with other cards. By itself, maybe not so much, not that great of a distraction, and as you can see, the pups did not get a lot of damage done before they were gone. Now, both players in this battle very active with their elixir collector deployment. You can see we've got 4 in total working right here as we get down to the last 90 seconds, and another Lava Hound is going to get deployed from the back of the playing field here, and it's almost all legendaries ready for this player. There you can see the Miner, the Ice Wizard, the Princess. This player has no choice but to deploy another legendary card as they move forward, this time trying to get the Guards in there, but they go down. The Princess goes down as well, and the Ice Wizard is going to move forward with the Lava Hound that is going to go after the Elixir Collector this time. So like I mentioned earlier, the Royal Giant maybe needs a little bit of a nerf. I feel like that the Lava Hound probably is a little bit underpowered, and it seemed like it could be a game-changing card right before the release, but I have not seen any majorly effective strategies using it yet. I'm more than happy to take a look at some, though, if you guys have some great strategies using the Lava Hound. Now, this opponent keeps dropping Lava Hound after Lava Hound after Lava Hound, trying to use the other legendary cards in concert with it. There you can see the Miner, the Ice Wizard are all on B-Rabbit's side of the playing field, and the Lightning Spell takes the tower down to under 1,000 hit points. You've got all sorts of troops meeting up on the bridge right there. You can see the opponent's tower also below 1,000. That prince would have just about finished off the tower, doesn't quite get there, and we are down to the last 10 seconds, so it looks like we are overtime bound, and the confrontation on the river just happens over and over again. Here comes another lava hound, this one dropped in the front of the playing field, and another elixir collector dropped defensively now to stall that lava hound out as the ice wizard works on it slowly but surely, and you can see this one is anybody's game right here. It's just going to come down to who clears the confrontation on the bridge and has leftover units to push. Now check out the Prince Dark Prince combination coming from the back left of the playing field from B-Rabbit. If they get through, that's going to be dangerous. Fire Spirits trying to counter the Princess as well, but it looks like they're going to break through, and here they come. Princess is the last card, and the guards, once they go down, that is it. And that is all she wrote for that tower. The tower is down, and that is the battle. 1 crown to 0 with only 20 seconds left in overtime. So B-Rabbit once again showing that the legendary cards not necessarily overpowering. If you're facing a legendary deck, don't worry about it. It's all about countering those cards and trying to play your cards better than your opponent. Once again, thank you guys so much for spending a few minutes of your day with me. I hope I made it worth your while. I genuinely appreciate every single subscriber, and I hope to see you all back here again tomorrow for more full attacks.
Galadon, how's that big max level account treating you, eh? Ready to give it back to its rightful owner? Or shall I take it?